Welcome back, everyone, to the Al Roker Studio. I'm still Jason Sampson. Still with me is Lucas McGarry and Matt Johnson. And gentlemen, with the rough and tumble of the regular season, there are moments when both teams have found themselves in some trouble. But whether it be players stepping up and making plays or locking down defensively, they brought their team back to edge out the win. And we're calling this segment Saving Graces. And Lucas, what's Oswego's saving grace?
Well, I think for Oswego, their saving grace has to be the fact that they can confidently say they have 3 stars on their roster. We'll start with their points leader, Shania Iglesias, who averages 14.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, and 3 assists per game. Then you have Macy Diordio, who averages 13 points, 4 rebounds, a team-leading 3.4 assists, and a team-leading 2.5 steals per game as well. And to cap it off, you have the powerhouse in the paint, Giovanna White-Principio, who averages 12.3 points per game, a SUNYAC leading 11.5 rebounds per game, and a SUNYAC leading 2.2 blocks per game. They are 3 fantastic stars, and I think that between the 3 of them, they make up a 3-headed monster for Oswego, and all of them can score at will. I think Diordio, whenever she wants to, she can pop off. There are games where she will hit multiple threes in a row, and then White-Principio in the paint, multiple games, double-double. She's averaging a double-double right now. She is a monster in the paint, and there's rarely someone that can stop her. And then Shania Iglesias, the point guard for the Lakers. She is an absolute stud. She knows how to command the pace on offense. She's a great field general, or court general. She knows exactly what to do with the ball on any given drive, on any different possession. She knows exactly what to do, and I think for Oswego, they're great studs all around.
Yeah, all 3 players, Lucas, as well, averaged double digits in scoring for the season as well. Matthew, you're saving grace for Oneonta.
It's not exactly the scoring side of the ball for Oneonta. What brings the best basketball out of this Oneonta team is their defensive presence. It's a key factor for them to be able to compete in these games. That's the reason why a lot of these wins that they have are so close. They average about 53.9 points, forcing 14.7 turnovers towards their opponents. That means when they allow 53.9 points, they're able to only have to score around 53.9 points because shooting is the issue for them. But when a team is good at shooting, they make sure to shut it down. They hold their teams to a limited 35.6% from the field this year. That's the 3rd lowest PA in the SUNYAC division as well. Their ability to grab boards, they have a 3.3 rebound margin, which leads to extra possessions and controlling the paint overall. And additionally, they force more turnovers than their opponents, than they commit, leads to 12.3 turnover points off of turnover possessions. This team is strong when it comes to defense, and Oneonta definitely relies on shutting down opponents to stay in control of these matches that they have.
Yeah, Red Dragons are also second best in the SUNYAC in rebounds, given up with 34.6, and points allowed with 53.9. And Matthew, we've talked about the good, but let's talk about the bad for a second. The Achilles heel for Oswego, what is it?
It's definitely their perimeter defense. We've seen it all season long. This team has allowed 169 three-pointers to be scored compared to their 118, which means they've allowed over 500 points alone just from beyond the arc. It's definitely been a big issue for them all season long, a big contributor to the couple of losses that they've had. And when it comes to perimeter scoring, that results in 2 more threes per game. And it creates a consistent disadvantage for this Lakers team. And it'll be exciting to see that even though they don't face a shooting team that's necessarily strong from beyond the arc, will this lack of defense lead to a change in momentum and maybe get the Red Dragons starting to shoot the ball a little bit, something that they don't do a lot.
And Lucas, what's the Achilles heel for the Red Dragons?
Well, I feel like it's their Achilles heel for Oneonta is quite the opposite of Oswego's saving grace. For Oneonta, they have a very, very limited lack of options. Amanda Zudtag is the obvious first choice, and Emma Schwarzbeck is an okay second choice, but after that, there is no guaranteed third option of who they want to score the ball. Oneonta has very, very limited amount of people who on a consistent basis can put the ball through the net, so I think for them, what they have struggled with all season long is finding a consistent third option that can get them points, and even Schwarzbeck isn't a fully consistent second. She's just their best option available after after Amanda Zudtag. So I think for them, they need to find a third option that can really put the ball in the net just as much as their 2 other stars that play the well on a consistent basis. So for Oneonta, finding someone else that can score, especially in a game like this when playoffs comes around, you cannot have just 2 people that you're worried about scoring the ball. You need to have multiple people that can go, hey, I'm going to step up today and I'm going to put the ball in the net as much as possible. And I think for Oneonta, finding that is their top priority, and that's why it's their Achilles heel.
Yeah, and Lucas, we've seen it time and time again, players stepping up in the playoffs in big moments. I want to ask you guys, if you're the coaches for both these teams, how are you, tensions are high right now. It's a playoff game. How are you approaching what you say to your players in the locker room?
Well, they faced each other twice before, I should say. One win for each of them and completely lopsided wins, and I should say that. So it's definitely obvious that they know each other's game plan. I think the biggest question for the coaches coming into this matchup is, do we stick to our game plan and trust that the system that we have built around these girls that we have right now is going to be enough to give us that extra step? For Oneonta's case, is it going to be enough to control the paint and get those boards and hope that just the switches of possession will be enough to give them that momentum and give them that extra edge in this game? Or are they going to have to change this completely, considering the last matchup that they had against Oswego was such a lopsided victory and they shot so poorly? Well, once again, 20% from the field is an abysmal shooting performance from that team. They were probably very disappointed in that. So I wonder if they're going to try and limit their shooting, wait for better opportunities, or if they're going to completely switch up their game plan and try and switch it completely around. But I definitely think the biggest thing for these coaches is focusing on that game plan and making sure that they're confident in what they've been setting up all season long, because it's brought them to where they are today. This is a big SUNY up matchup, and I think that the game plans that both of these teams have is the reason why they are here tonight.
Yeah, Matthew, great points, and it'll be interesting to see how those things play out. But we'll take another break. But when we return, we'll take a look around the SUNYAC with the bracket all set as basketball night in Oswego continues.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
It's Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTLP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTLP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like,
No.
what do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. Did you know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one. Matthew.
Broadcast
Look
news.
at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back, everyone, in the Al Roker studio. Jason Samsel joined alongside the lovely Lucas McGarry and the magnificent Matt Johnson. And gentlemen, do you know what the month of March is? The month of brackets. The SUNYAC playoff bracket already set, and as we take a look at the bracket, the women's bracket, we have 2 games here tonight. Obviously, the one tonight for Oneonta, Oswego. We have another game as well. We have Plattsburgh taking on Canton, and I want to ask you guys, previewing those matchups, what stands out for you in those games?
Well, I think a very notable thing to add about that matchup is this is the first time since 2015 that the Plattsburgh State women's basketball team has clinched a spot in the SUNYAC, so they're coming with some vengeance. They know that they have to make history, and this is another team that has faced each other twice this season. Started off on January 17th when Plattsburgh took control in the second quarter by outscoring Canton 24-12, and it was all Cardinals from then on. They won 72-64 in that victory. Shout out to Long Island's own Julia Greek. She had a career-high 21 points in that matchup. But Canton came back with an answer. They won the second matchup on February 15th, just about a month later, 58-46. Plattsburgh cut Cannon's lead to as low as 3, but the Kangaroos outscored the Cardinals with an 11-2 run for the rest of the fourth. Peyton Couture also scored 21 points in that one with a career-high 15 rebounds, and that was her 6th double-double, I should say, of the season that year. So definitely a close matchup for that game.
Yeah, and Lucas, tell us about the implications for this game, where everyone will be playing, how everything will play out after tonight.
Yeah, no, I really am super excited for the Plattsburgh and Canton game. Their records are almost identical overall, 15-10 for Canton and 14-11 for Plattsburgh, but their conference records, they share an identical 10-8 record, and just like Oswego and Oneonta, Matt already said, they split both of their games, and I really think for Plattsburgh and Canton, both of them are on paper, like I already said, they are pretty much identical. They are both two very, very solid squads record-wise. They have put together some really good teams for the playoffs, and I think for Plattsburgh coming in as the slight underdog, it's got to be a little bit more aggravating because you have the same record as Canton, and yet you're the one that has to play the away game just because of one other loss, which is very, very unfortunate for them, but I think that it's going to give them some motivation going all the way to Canton, and you want to spoil the Canton hometown run. They're trying to get it going. Who better to spoil it than Plattsburgh? Plattsburgh, I guarantee you they want to spoil that start for Canton at Canton.
Yeah, every year you have a Cinderella run. It could be interesting to see if Plattsburgh plays Cinderella this year as well. But we go from this year's playoffs to last year's playoffs. And Lucas, I hear you have something to tell us about last year's results for Oswego.
Yeah, no, it was really, really heartbreaking for the Lakers in the semifinals. They taking on the soon-to-be champion New Paltz. The Lakers had the lead throughout the entire game, actually leading 44-35 going into the fourth quarter, but unfortunately they couldn't hang on as they got outscored 20-9 in the final quarter, losing 55-3, and the Lakers are surely looking forward to bouncing back from last year's loss. They are so ready to get back going because of the disappointment they felt last year. They had such a good run after barely making it. They hadn't made it in such a long time, and I think this year they are ready to solidify themselves at one of the top teams in the SUNYAC because for a while they have really been struggling, and now they have found their footing and they're ready to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they respond here tonight, but that will do it for this segment. We'll be right back. Stick around because we'll have our players to watch, and we'll toss it up to the people in the Max Zeal Gymnasium as basketball night in Oswego continues.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Welcome back, everyone, to Game Night in Oswego. Jason Samsel joined alongside Matt Johnson and Lucas McGarry as we get ready for tip-off tonight. We have a couple players to watch out for, and Lucas, let's start with you. Who's your player to watch out for Oneonta?
Yeah, for me, the player to watch is Megan Desrats. She is able to dish out to a team leading 3.4 assists per game while also scoring another 6 per game as well. And she also put up 13 points in Oneonta's win against the Lakers. And then the loss, she had a productive game, only scoring 4 points, but she also dished out 5 assists, pulled in 4 rebounds, and snuck in 2 steals there as well. So she's a very productive player against the Oswego State Lakers. She knows their game plan, so I really think she's going to have a good game today.
Yeah, and Matt, you're a player to watch for Oneonta as well.
It's definitely got to be Amanda Zungtag. I mean, she's been leading the team all year. She's definitely the player to watch. Her dominance on the boards and scoring has been a key reason for the Dragons' success and will be a key for their success tonight. Definitely, she averages 13.5 points this year, as well as she has a consistent 3.2 offensive rebounds. With those rebounds that she's been averaging all season long, that means great secondary chances for the Red Dragons, which is something they've been able to capitalize on for majority of this year. Her well-rounded game and key difference makers on both ends of the floor definitely makes her such a strong player to watch. And she held one of Oswego's best players to only 2 points in their first matchup. So if she can do that, then I think that's definitely going to be a difference maker. And it was a difference maker during that first win that they had against the Lakers.
Yeah, Matt, you're an Oswego player to watch out for. Who's that?
Well, it's actually the person that she held to just 2 points in that first match. It's Giovanna White Principio. She dominates the paint as well. She averages a double-double, as Lucas spoke about earlier, 2.3 points as well as 11.5 rebounds. She leads SUNYAC in rebounds as well. She also leads SUNYAC in field goal percentage at 48.8%, guys. Her efficiency inside and her defensive presence is unstoppable for this Lakers team. It's been a huge reason for their success. She averages 2.2 blocks as well. She's got 12 double-doubles on the season. 4 of those are over 20 points. So if she could get the ball rolling, despite that defensive matchup that we spoke about earlier, I think she's definitely the player to watch.
Yeah, and Lucas, your player to watch out for Oswego.
Oswego's player to watch for me is an obvious one, but it's someone that we haven't really mentioned too much. Sydney Hefts. She is the backbone of this team who puts up good numbers on a daily basis. And last time against Oneonta, she had a very impressive stat line of 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals, and a block in their win. I expect her to do more of the same today.
All right, and finally, predictions here. What are our predictions for tonight's matchup?
Yeah, I think I see Oswego going up early and manage to hold on. Oneonta makes a big push right at the end, but Oswego holds on to the win, 63-58 finish.
I got an opposite side of the spectrum one for this matchup. I think that after a tough loss to New Paltz, they're going to bounce back. The Red Dragons are going to top the Lakers. I think they're going to get a 55-52 win. And it's definitely going to be a close one. It's going to be a defensive battle, so I'm looking forward to this one for sure.
Yep, well, I'm the tie-breaking vote, and I'm going to go with the Lakers 57, Oneonta 53, and that will do it for us. We'll toss it to break, and we'll be right back at the Max Gill Gymnasium for tip-off for Oneonta Oswego on WTOP 10.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
It's Al Roker.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
It's what we've all been waiting for. The SUNYAC playoffs are upon us. The Red Dragons of Oneonta have flown into the lake looking to change the narrative after an early exit last year. Meanwhile, the Oswego State Lakers are trying to start off on a good note to make a playoff run to the championship, which they have not won in almost 20 years. Luke Belanger alongside Parker Voris. Parker, how we doing?
I'm excited, Luke. This is going to be a good SUNYAC matchup between the Oswego State Lakers and the Oneonta Red Dragons. We're going to have a good game ahead of us.
Yeah, for sure. And a couple keys to the game for you, for Oneonta, or for Oswego, my apologies. What are your keys?
Yeah, for Oswego, it's going to be bench points. They don't get a lot out of their bench, but if they can get some production out of their bench today, it's going to be good for them, as well as get Shania Iglesias going. She's the leading scorer for this team and the leading scorer in the SUNYAC. And then also have good quarters. They struggle sometimes not scoring a lot in quarters. If they can have a good quarter, every quarter is going to be good for the Lakers.
Yeah, for sure. And for Oneonta, I mean, they need to shoot the three ball well. The Oneonta team is 9th in the SUNYAC beyond the arc. 2 games ago, their only win in the last 5 games against New Paltz. They shot 43% from 3. I also think they need to feed Zuntag. She's a senior. This could be her last game. She's been the best player offensively all season for the Red Dragons. She needs to have one of the best games of her career right now. And lastly, don't let the zero scale you. They're better away. They're 6-4 away, 4-7 at home. Oneonta's played very, very well on the road. Tip-off is upon us. We are right here at White Principio in Zuntag. Energy in this gym. I feel it. It's exciting. SUNYAC playoffs are upon us.
Yeah, I'm excited, Luke. It's going to be a good game. Principio and Zuntag at tip-off. Here we go.
Here it is. The SUNYAC playoffs are underway. Hefts will control it to start out the game. It'll be Iglesias at the top, being guarded closely by Nadia Brown. And they'll go inside to White Principio. She'll be at the top of the key. Iglesias with a screen by White Principio over to Diordio. Inside to White Principio. This is the matchup of the night. White Principio doesn't get the first one to go. And Zuntag will win that first matchup. It'll be Schwarzbeck. Inside, it's Zuntag, and she'll miss, and it'll go Oswego's way.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle of the bigs today, Luke, between Principio and Zuntag. Both 6'1". Principio leads the SUNYAC in rebounds, while Zuntag is 3rd in the SUNYAC in rebounds. So it's going to be a battle between the bigs today.
Little full court press by Oneonta here. Nadia Brown will pick up Hefts full court. Won't be a problem for Hefts. Hefts will drive. She'll kick out to Elena Johnson inside to White Principio. And again, Zuntag wins. Zuntag playing good defense inside. It'll be Schwarzbeck, and she'll go up and a miss, and White Principio will get the board. Hefts up the floor to Iglesias, the reverse, and it will go. The Lakers are on the board. Shania Iglesias.
A good
been
drive
wonderful
by
all
Iglesias.
season. Brown. It'll be Desiree over to Zuntag. Schwarzbeck out to Desiree. Desiree will go up with the little floater, and it won't go. White Principio grabs yet another rebound. Hefts gets a screen from Johnson. Johnson with the midi. It'll be too long for Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson takes a lot of those mid-range shots every game, and sometimes they go, sometimes they don't, and that time doesn't go for Elena Johnson.
Oneonta looking to get the offense set up. Been a little cold for his first 2 minutes. Zuntag, and she'll get it to go. The turnaround right hand. Still picking up full court, Oneonta is. Shorsbeck on Diordio. Diordio over to Iglesias. Iglesias 15 feet out. Oneonta playing good defense. White Principio in the posts. It won't go. Nadia Brown through contact. Iglesias plays good defense. Keeps her hands straight up. Coach Sean Pinkerton wanting her to push the floor. White Principio. Hef's in the corner. Be off the back iron. It won't go. Desiree over to Shorsbeck. Shorsbeck slings it to Zuntag and over to Nadia Brown. Nadia Brown, the 15-footer, will bounce home. Nadia Brown, 6.2 points per game for her. Gets the screen again. Man, Parker, that's been their offense, just screen and roll. All day, all night long. Pretty much every possession has just been screen and roll. Hefs will go up and score. Pretty turnaround by Hefs. Desiree will work on White Principio. Iglesias will meet her, and it'll be Nadia Brown in the arc. Out to Young. As Desiree, her floater won't go. Brown will control it. She'll go right back up. It'll be too far off the glass. And that'll be Zuntag to clean up the mess. Hefs will bring it up for Oswego. Inside to Diordio. She's not much of a post player, but she'll work. He'll go up and be too long for Diordio. Zuntag inside. It'll be a jump ball. White Principio and Diordio get tangled up there. Not Diordio, my apologies. It'll be Zuntag and White Principio.
Yeah, that one could have gone either way. It looked like Zuntag maybe traveled before, but it's going to be a jump ball in favor of the Red Dragons.
Brown guarded by Diordio. Young to Zuntag. The drive by Brown, and she'll go up. She's had a couple floaters, gotten one to go. The other two haven't been good. Hefs will push. Be on Iglesias by the logo. Iglesias been Oswego's best player all season long. 14.5 points per game. Hefs will give a bump to Brown. It'll be a no call, and she's being physical, and she'll get the offensive foul. Hef's a little too physical there.
Yeah, it's Hef's trying to get inside, but she's too much with the elbow there on Nadia Brown, and that's going to be an offensive foul for the Lakers.
That's what happens, though. You know, you're trying to play aggressive. It's first quarter, SUNYAC playoffs, intensity's high. Just can't be that physical.
Yeah, the nerves are high. The nerves are high here in the Zeal. We're 5 minutes in, Luke, and it's only 4-6 the score is, and not a lot of scoring going on for either team.
Yeah, I think both teams just need to find their rhythm. I mean, it's been a little bit time off. You're nervous about this game and probably thinking about it all week, and it takes a little bit to get in that groove. But, I mean, you can already tell we're going to be in for a good one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a good one. Both teams are going to be good going forward in this game.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we're going to send it down to Madeline, right?
Yeah. Madeline Cummings is with us. Madeline, what do you got?
Thanks, boys, and happy playoffs with this game finally upon us. Let's take a second to recognize a standout player on the court, the Lakers' very own Giovanna White Principito. White Principito is a junior forward who leads her team in field goals with the season with a .488 field goal percentage. She has been named SUNYAC Women's Basketball Player of the Week twice this semester alone. She's number 30 on the court tonight, but number 1 in the conference in field goal percentage and rebounds per game. I can't wait to see all these talented women continue to go head-to-head in this crazy SUNYAC playoffs game. So I'll be watching from right down here. But let's send it back to the boys on the call. Luke, Parker.
Thank you, Madeline, and we are back in action. Oneonta. Hefts will grab the board after Zuntag shoots too long. Hefts on the right wing. Elena Johnson trying to hit the screen. She has the roll open. Hefts missed her. Iglesias. Too long for Iglesias. Parker, Hefts had her on the roll there. Completely missed her. Brown for 3. It won't go for Brown. Diordio will push the floor. Hefts with the screen, and she finds the roll this time. But Brown will get the steal. She picks Elena Johnson's pocket, and she'll go coast to coast, and she'll have to pull it out. Hefts plays good defense. Iglesias does the same on Oneonta's end. Iglesias on the elbow. White Principio will get the screen again. Another screen. White Principio inside, and Zuntag will play good defense. We'll have some subs for Oneonta. It'll be Nye Torres will come in, the freshman. Big game for a freshman to come in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then number 23 as well, Molly Coyne. We'll have a foul on the floor. They go on Oneonta.
Yeah, so far it's a defensive game. Oneonta is second in points allowed in the SUNYAC, only allowing 53.9 points per game, and so far only holding to Oswego to 4 points in the first 7 minutes of action as Principio is at the line.
Principio's first will go.
Principio is a 68 free throw shooter from the line this season.
White Principio 6 the second. It's 6-6. 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Coin to Brown. Sophia Waken as well in the game for the Red Dragons. Brown behind the arc will drive past Elena Johnson, and she'll pass the corner to Waken. Torres will go up, and she'll get her own rebound back out to Brown. Brown will reset. Go out of bounds. It'll be Oswego's ball.
Yeah, it's been a sloppy game so far. Oneonta 3-13 from the field, while Oswego's 2 for 8. No one on off. Either team can get anything to fall on offense so far.
Iglesias will be guarded closely by Torres. Diordio inside, a long rainbow pass. Be off the mark for White Principio. It's Brown looking inside. She'll take the mid-range, and it won't go off the front iron. And Iglesias will go up the other way. Iglesias, the pretty drive through contact, and it won't go. Iglesias clanks it off the backboard. Brown to Waken. Schwarzbecker, 3. It'll be rebounded by number 1, Nadia Brown. She buries it. It'll be 8-6 Oneonta. Brown playing good defense. That's Torres, my apologies. Torres playing good defense on Iglesias. Should go to a Johnson. That'd be Diordio in the corner. Diordio will step back, and again, good defense by Oneonta. Diordio, the pretty finish, won't go. Oneonta, a little energy here, and it'll be a carry by Nitsaurus.
Yeah, so the problem for the Lakers is they're trying to get White Principio going, but she's being double-teamed by 2 Red Dragons every time she's on offense, so you can't get her going if she's being double-teamed. You got to find somebody else to get through the scoring for the Lakers.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, White Principio's been inside, and they're almost forcing it to her at this point, I believe. Diordio almost traveled. Everyone in the whole gym thought so. White Principio again, commentator's curse. And she'll walk. Once again, White Principio trying to get going, and the Red Dragons have done perfect on her. Completely perfect. It'll be Brown. Outside, and that'll be Waken. She misses. They'll go in the way of Oswego.
Yeah, Lakers got to get something going, whether it's from Iglesias or Diordio or even Hefs, somebody else for the Lakers, because Principio's not working right now.
Iglesias, I mean, you would think it would be Iglesias. I mean, when Iglesias does well, it's the Lakers have good games.
Yeah, she leads the SUNYAC in scoring, so guys, got to get her going.
Yeah. Hefs will ask for the screen from Johnson. Again, Red Dragons everywhere on defense. They will not let up, and it's a turnover by Oswego. Oneonta Red Dragons putting on an absolute defensive clinic. Oswego has nowhere to go right now.
Yeah, Luke, that's 6 turnovers for the Lakers in the first quarter, and that's, if you turn the ball over that much and they almost turn over again, it's not going to be a good game for you. Turn the ball over that much.
It's way too many in the first quarter. But it's just the good defense. And you would think it'd be a bigger gap, but it's a 2-point game. I mean, Oneonta hasn't got much to go on offense. 3 seconds here. It'll be Brown to find Desiree, and it won't go. And there'll be a foul on Hefs. As the clock expires, Hefs doesn't like it.
Yeah, Hefs did not like that call. She was visibly upset. She even yelled at the ref and expressed she was upset with that call. So it's going to be 3 free throws for number 5, Megan Desiree.
Desiree at the line. Desiree more of a defensive player. 2 4-steal games and 1 5-steal game. She plays good defense. The first one's off the mark.
She's a 60% free throw shooter from the line this season. She missed the first one.
Desiree's second. Will bounce home. Energy in this gym. It's fun. It's very exciting. Yeah. Can't even hear yourself think on this free throw. Desiree's third will be pure. 0.5 seconds for Oswego. Going to heave something up. Won't even do that. Diordio give it to the ref, and we're done after 1. It's 10-6. Oneonta. I mean, the story of that first quarter, Oneonta's defense, just very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, defensive-wise, they're really forcing turnovers on the Lakers, and they're struggling to score. They're 2 of 11 from the field, but Oneonta is not much better. 4 of 17 from the field, and that's why it's only a 4-point lead for the Red Dragons. But the Laker faithful is here tonight. They're loud, slamming the bleachers. And there's even some Oneonta fans here, so it's going to be a good game. Only the first quarter, not a lot of scoring, but we'll see what happens as the game continues on.
You know it's a lot of energy when you have the fans screaming, and then something happens for the other team, and they're cheering and looking at the other fans that were screaming. It's already a lot of tension. So it'll be Brown and Zentag will lead the way for Oneonta. They both have 4, and then even scoring for Oswego. Hefs with 2, White Principio with 2, and Iglesias for 2. Diordio 0 for 2. She's the second leading scorer on this Oswego team, averaging 13.3 points per game. Hasn't gotten one to fall through tonight, but 10-6. Lots of energy. Exactly what you want out of SUNYAC basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's his 3rd time these two teams have faced each other this season, and like they talked about in the pregame, Oswego lost the first one here in the Zeal, and then they went to Oneonta and won 59-43. So it's 1-1 in the series, and we'll see who takes this one tonight to go to the semifinals.
That's what makes it even better. I mean, 1-1, no team, and even historically, Oneonta's played better against them, but still pretty close. Not any other team has had their number, so. Here's DiOrio in the corner as the second quarter gets underway. Iglesias, and there's the defensive mastermind, Desiree. She averages at 1.8 steals per game, gets one there. And that'll be coin. That'll be coin. I'm sorry, that's Carly Young. Carly Young, a sophomore. The teardrop there goes for her. Be 12-6. Oswego looking to get into an offensive groove. That same screen on the right wing has been there all night. Oneonta has shut it down. DiOrio will dance, and she'll shoot a long three, and it will be off the back iron. Oneonta inside. Won't go for Amanda Zuntag. Here comes the screen, and it'll be Elena Johnson setting it for Iglesias. She'll look for the roll. It won't be there. Hefs will come around to her and get it. The dribble handoff to DiOrio. Hefs looking to get something going. Oswego is stagnant on offense. They can't find a single opening. Iglesias from way downtown, and it'll clank off the right iron. Shot clock violation. Oneonta's defense, I mean, holy.
Yeah, they're swarming the Lakers. They're taking bad shots. They can't get anything inside, and you just saw there, Iglesias took a deep three, not something that she usually takes, and it's just been a struggle. They can't get easy buckets. They're just taking bad shots and tough shots, and they're not falling.
Sean Pinkerton will take a timeout. Oswego's been hot, winning 5 of the last 6, and Oneonta's been the exact opposite. They've lost 4 of their last 5. But coming to this game, it's anyone's game. It's a different atmosphere. It's, regular season is different than the playoffs, and if you want it, then you could come out, shooting out of a cannon. That's what Oneonta's done to start this game. And, the Oswego being the 3 seed, Oneonta being the 6 seed, you just almost wouldn't expect it, but they've played perfect here to start. Now, offensively for both squads, Oneonta hasn't really played very well as well on offense. They're 5 for 19 from the field. But defense wins championships. Defense wins championships 100%.
Yes, they do. And kind of looking back to last tournament for both of these teams, Oneonta, they were the 6th seed last year, so they're kind of looking for some revenge and redemption in the first round. But I was looking at the SUNYAC history, and the last team to even make it to the final and going on the road and beating a team twice was 2009 when Potsdam did it. So it's going to be a tough road if Oneonta even wants to make the championship game.
Right. Because even if they win, they'll be on the road guaranteed.
Yep.
Next game. This will be Cortland's the 1 seed and New Paltz the 2 seed. So the higher seed that wins out of this game, and Plattsburgh and Canton also tonight. They'll play New Paltz, and then the higher seed will play Cortland. Oneonta looking to get their offensive started. Be Desiree over to Young. Oswego playing a defense. 6 seconds on the shot clock. And a pretty scoop finish by Zuntag. Shot clock winding down. Who do you go to but Zuntag? She's been that girl all season for the Red Dragons. And a carry by DiOrio. Every single time down the floor, Oswego can't find an opening. Oneonta is just swarming them.
Yeah, turnovers. They're now up to 8 turnovers, and they average 16 a game, so already halfway to the turnover mark.
Desiree did Nadia Brown. She'll Fake and drive, and White Principio plays good defense. Almost gets to steal. Zontag will retain, and the pull-up J will be too long. Giordio will pull it out and reset. Look to push the floor. Hess. Iglesias at the elbow, and Hess will get it beyond the arc, and she'll try from downtown, and it'll be off the front iron. Hess can't connect. Young to Desiree. She'll go right side on Iglesias and off the glass, and Desiree connects. Oswego needs to get something going. Oneonta has all the momentum right now. White Principio, her foot's on the line. I believe will be a 2-point shot. Can't have that. You need every point you can get. White Principio's got to get her foot behind the line there. But it'll be 16-8. Oneonta still leading. The Young on the drive, and she'll go up. She'll go under, and she'll bury it home for Oneonta. 18-8. The Red Dragons lead.
Really pretty move by Young, up and under with that layup there.
Iglesias can't get it to go. Good defense by Oneonta again. Be Brown, and she'll stick the mid-range. Oneonta dominating right now. Iglesias will get the screen from Johnson. Looking for something. Brown's right there in her face. Iglesias will pull up anyway. Johnson almost gets the rebound, and Desiree will retain and push the floor for the Red Dragons. Oswego, good defense there, and there'll be a pull-up by Giobadia. Leela Giobadia leads the team in field goal percentage. She shows that there. First shot of the game, gets it to go. Giordio with the left hand. Buries it for Diorio. Need to get her going. Iglesias struggling. Half struggling. White Principio. Zuntag's been on her all night. Diorio's been a girl all season that's been able to score. Zuntag inside, gets swarmed by two Oswego defenders. They'll be Young, she'll drive. There'll be a foul on White Principio. Draws the double team, finds the open woman. Draws the foul.
Yeah, Pinkerton was not happy with that call. He jumped up and down, throwing his hands. He did not agree with that call, but the Lakers are getting good shots. Iglesias is getting to the rim, which is her bread and butter. She just can't finish the layups. Same with Diorio, and Zuntag is all over White Principio. They just got to find something here in the last 4 minutes of the quarter going into halftime.
Carly Young at the line. Be too long on our first free throw. It'll be Nimecheck. Logan Nimecheck in the game for Oswego. She'll fight for that rebound. Julie Tannenblatt also in for the Lakers, the junior out of East Meadow, New York. Now, if I had to pick a player to watch, she's just tucked into the game, Lydia Boucher. She shoots the three ball very, very well. She could be big for Oneonta in this game.
Yeah, she was 5 of 5. She was 5 of 5 from 3 in one game, so she's a very good three-point shooter, like you said.
White Principio be too late, and it'll be a foul. Nimecheck will get the rebound and get fouled there by, I believe, Sophia Waken. It'll be Shoresbeck picking up the foul. My apologies. That's a deep three from Tannenblatt. Tannenblatt wasting no time to be confident. Miji Ubada, and she'll go too long off the glass. White Principio will control the rebounds. Oswego will score, and it'll be 22-12. Macy Diordio again. Oswego looking to get momentum. Boucher working on dime check. She'll step back. It'll be a 2-point shot. It won't go. Tannenblatt will fight. They'll be waking, and they'll go off of Oswego. The fans don't like it.
I thought that was out in Oneonta, and so does everyone else here. So even the fans in the crowd don't agree with that call.
Will they ever? I mean, you like Oswego. I don't know if you're, in this kind of game, I don't know if you're going to agree with any call the refs make. Boucher. It'll be Brown. It'll be a 3 from Schwarzbeck. She'll clank it off, and it'll go the way of Oswego. Back into the game for Oneonta. It'll be Carly Young. She'll take out Boucher. 22-12. Oneonta's lead. 3:14 left in the second. Oswego showing a little life here. Diordio has gotten her game to go. It's still down by 10. Tannenblatt. White Principio, the drop step too far off the glass for White Principio. Torres will pull it out. Zentag to Schwarzbeck. Has the space, decides not to shoot it. A little too aggressive there by Tannenblatt. It'll be Lydia Boucher coming back in. No, my apologies. It will be Nadia Brown. Brown will work on Diordio. Nothing there. Diordio plays good defense. She'll step over it and Zuntag, and she'll find Nadia Brown. It'll be too long. Brown will get her own rebound. The baby hook won't go. Good defense there by Oswego. Tannenblatt inside to White Principio in the matchup, and again can't get it to go. Zuntag has played excellent defense on White Principio, but Tannenblatt will retain, be a mid-range to go off the backboard for Tannenblatt. Brown won't be able to control it. Will go in the way of Oswego.
Yeah, the Lakers are down by 10. You want to get some more good offensive possessions here to cut the lead down to maybe single digits. So 5 of 24 Lakers are shooting from the field. It's just been a really poor shooting night so far in this first half of action.
White Principio can't get it to go. White Principio definitely struggling. Not like her. 1 for 8 from the field. Oneonta will play slow. It'll be Schwarzbeck. Desiree will drive it at Brown. Brown's 3 won't go. Hess doesn't have numbers, looking to drive it. If he'll find Diordio underneath, and he'll go for Macy Diordio. Little life by Oswego. Diordio has scored 6 straight for the Lakers. That'll be Young. White Principio will push the floor. The hot hand will have it. Diordio off the front iron. And she'll steal it back. Macy Diordio plays good defense and will collide, fall on the ground. There'll be a foul on Oneonta.
And that's what you want if you're the Lakers. You get back in this game by fast break points and steals. Nothing's going right for them in the half-court setting, so maybe try to get out and fast break and run and try to cut this deficit.
Torres will come in the back in the game for Oneonta. Macy Diordio been the energy here late in the second. Hef's underneath. And she sticks it. Sydney Hefts, the junior. Oswego within 6. Schwarzbeck way too short. Zoontag will try to save it. He'll go to Tannenblatt. She'll push the floor. Diordio will slow things down. Had the lane there. Allowed Torres to get back and play defense. 12 seconds remaining. Diordio to wipe Principio. Back to Diordio. She'll work, go up, and it'll be a foul. Macy Diordio. She has put her foot on the skinny pedal. 4 seconds remain. She'll have 2 free throws.
Yeah, Diordio does not want her season to end. She's a senior from Nedrow, New York, and she is doing everything for the Lakers here.
Diordio 71% from the line on the season. She gets the first one to fall through.
Yeah, Diordio. She's third in the SUNYAC in scoring, averaging 13.3 points a game, and she gets that second free throw to go.
Diordio, 8 straight points for Diordio. Very hopeful from the Laker faithful, but Hefts won't get that one to fall. But what a showing from Oswego late in the second. Macy Diordio, 8 straight points for the Lakers. Very, very impressive. What did you see that worked, Parker?
Like I said earlier, fast break and steals is what really was working there for the Lakers. And they found the hot hand. Diordio was finally the first person to get hot for the Lakers, and she kept going. She kept scoring. But as they talk about in the half, they're going to have to find somebody else besides Diordio. And Oneonta's not shooting great either, so it's a low-scoring game here in the Zeal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for the second half of action. It looked like a blowout, and it obviously was turned around by Oswego. 22-18, we sit. If you're Oswego, if you're Oswego's coach Sean Pickerton, what are you telling them in the locker room right now?
Yeah, they just gotta, they're getting good looks and getting good drives, and they're shooting. They're shooting the ball well. They're 7 of 28 from the field, 25%. They're 0 of 7 from 3. So maybe stop shooting a lot of threes and try to get to the rim. Fast breaks, steals, and turnovers is what's going to lead the Lakers to try and come back in this game. And for Oneonta, just keep doing what you're doing defensively. It's really working, except for there at the last.
Right. It was working in the first for sure, but the second, I mean, there was definitely they were exposed a little bit on defense, and like you said, the fast breaks were definitely the answer there. But second half of action will be coming up. First, we will hear from Madeline Cummings. Madeline.
Thanks, guys. With Oneonta taking and maintaining an early lead, 22-18, let's talk about the last time these two teams shared the court. Their last matchup was a little over a month ago in Oneonta, and the Lakers took home the victory, 59-43. Oswego took the early lead in the game and maintained it throughout the second half. Lakers' Shayna Iglesias was the lead scorer with 15 points. Let's see if Oswego will make a comeback in this game on their home court, or if Oneonta will beat them on their own turf. Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Madeline. Well, 13 minutes are on the clock. We will see you in 13 minutes, but we will go to back in the studio. 22, Oneonta, 18, Oswego. We'll see you soon.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think
can't.
you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Temperature is dropping outside, but things are just starting to heat up. Welcome back to the Al Roker studio. Jason Samsel joined alongside Matt Johnson and Lucas McGarry. 2 quarters in the books for Oswego and Oneonta, and it's the Red Dragons on top, 22-18. Gentlemen, your thoughts on the first half?
Pretty lackluster first half for the Lakers. They didn't start off great. They went 2 for 11 from the field just to start off. That was a 10-6 first quarter, and then ultimately Oneonta started to pull away. They took a big lead of 22-8 to start off that second, but some nice comeback basketball being played by the Lakers late on. They ended up closing it out to be just a 4-point game, and I'm excited to see what the second will bring, Jason.
Yeah, I'm really, really glad that the Lakers were able to come back and were able to produce as well as they did in the end of that second quarter, because they were down so much, and I think now for them they have the momentum going into that next quarter, so a very good job to finish it off.
And let's go through the first period, the first quarter. It was a slow start for both teams, to say the least. Only 16 points put up combined between the two teams, and the Lakers starting off ice cold in the game. Matt, how can you explain the struggles for Oswego offensively?
Well, it comes from the offensive side of the ball, definitely. We saw it with their shooting, 2 for 11 just to start off the first quarter. Very disappointing start. I'm sure Coach Pinkerton was not happy about that. But like I said, this is going to be a defensive match, and it's definitely been showing early on. They had 10 rebounds to Oneonta's 12, so they continue to clash the boards despite their lack of efforts being on the scoring side of the ball this game. But definitely a concern going in, despite the fact that they were able to get a couple buckets down late into the second and bring the lead to only within 4 with Oneonta, but definitely some concerns, and I'm wondering how they're going to adjust that game plan coming into the second.
Yeah, I think if you're Oneonta, you go into halftime going, that was an amazing first half of play. You limited the third best team in the conference to just 18 points in the first half. Now, granted, you only had 22 yourself, but you held them to some very, very poor offense in that first quarter, and then pretty much well into the second quarter, the Oswego picked it up, but Oneonta, a very, very good job playing defense in that first half. They limited Oswego to 0-7 from the 3 in the first half. Poor performance. Now, on the offensive side, Oneonta wasn't much better, went 0 for 6 from 3, so not the best offensive production from both sides, but I think a big thing for Oswego is that 2 of their 3 heads from the 3-headed monster that I talked about earlier, Shania Iglesias and Giovanna White-Principio, are a combined 2 for 14 from the field right now, and that is simply something you cannot have. That is a huge problem in a game that is as close as this, especially when no one else for Oswego has been able to get going besides Macy Diordio, who has 8 points.
Yeah, and for Oswego, we talk about them. They got off to a slow start. For the first quarter, I look at my notes here, they were 1 for 9. The end of the quarter, 1 for 9, but Oneonta not much better, 1 for 8 in the first quarter as well. But again, things did not stay the same in the second quarter. We saw Oswego start to rally back. They doubled their scoring offensively in the second quarter. Sort of talk to me how was Oswego able to rally back in the game in the second quarter specifically?
I think for Oswego, they really rallied behind Sydney Hefts. She had 3 assists in that first half. She was really able to dish out the ball well and get a good couple of baskets for her teammates, and very, very needed baskets as we've seen. Very low scoring game, so obviously every single basket counts. So a big performance from Hefts has led to Lakers being able to inch their way back and only be down 4 at the half.
Definitely, and I think something to look at from the Oneonta side of the ball is these big performances or these big margins that we've seen early on has come from the defense. Nadia Brown had 3 steals. Emma Schwarzbeck, she had 5 defensive rebounds. This team has been clashing the boards and locking down the 3-headed monster that Lucas spoke about earlier. And I think if they want to close out this win, like I predicted that they would early on, they're going to continue to do that. And when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, just keep doing what you do, get the shot opportunities that you can with the slow amount that they've had, and just try and keep it a close match.
Yeah, and a key reason for Oswego being able to rally back in that second quarter was Macy Diordio coming alive. She was held to 0 points in the first quarter, 6 of them, all 6 of her points coming in the second period. I want to ask you guys a question because we saw for Oswego, they played all their starters for the entirety of the first quarter, and they just could not get anything going in the first quarter. I want to ask you if do you agree with Sean Pinkerton's strategy for keeping in his starters the entire first period? And we saw it was 4.5 minutes left in the half when we saw our first substitutions. Do you agree with him overusing his starters?
I think in a game like this, you need to take out and make switches sooner rather than later. You go down that bad, that early with all of your starters in the game, you need to make a switch. Something isn't working, you need to fix it now. And they eventually did switch it up and fix it thanks to a couple of those subs at the end of the game like you talked about, but way too slow for Pinkerton. And I think that's been a problem of his all year long, is that his time management and his situational game awareness is very, very questionable sometimes. Like you said earlier, they were down a ton and they were able to battle back. But I think in that time that they're down, that's when you need to be making those switches. You can't rely on your starters if your starters aren't performing. You need a bench that is going to play well and back them up. And when you have those starters not playing well and being dominated early on, you need to make a switch up. And I think Pinkerton did it too late, and that's why they're down at that.
Yeah, and the big girl underneath, White Principio for Oswego, held 0 for 3 in the first quarter as well. They were double teaming. Oneonta was double teaming her the entire quarter. So I want to ask you guys, who do you think for both sides have sort of been the players of the game so far?
Well, I said it to start off. Nadia Brown had a phenomenal start to this first half. 6 points, leading the team in points. She also has 3 steals that have converted to scoring opportunities on 2 of those. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. She's just overall producing a phenomenal game. Amanda Zuntag that we spoke about earlier, key leader in this team. She has only got 6 points. So the fact that Brown was able to pick up on that differential that Zuntag left behind shows a huge reason why Oneonta is able to leave early in this game. And obviously, they're crashing the boards. So I definitely think the player standing out so far is Nadia Brown on Oneonta.
No, yeah, for Oswego, I already kind of said it earlier, but I think Sydney Hefts, regardless of the fact that she only has 2 points, she has 3 assists, she has 2 rebounds. She's been out there pretty much the entire game so far, and along with Macy Diordio, they're the only ones that have really had any type of offensive production. Giovanna White, she has those 4 points, but again, 1 for 8 from the field to start this game. That is a huge problem. You just simply cannot have that. And it is a big, big problem when your stars, all of your stars, are just not playing to the capacity that they can be playing in. So I think Hefts and Diordio have done a good job of managing the load when some of their other teammates aren't performing the way that they should be.
Yeah, and we haven't seen a 3-point shot being hit at all from either side. That could be a key thing to watch out for in the second half as well. If they can connect on their 3-pointers, that could be the key difference in the game. But I want to ask you guys, if you're Daphne Thompson, the coach for Oneonta, what are you saying to your players in the locker room?
Well, I think a good thing to say is kind of bouncing off of what Lucas spoke about earlier, the fact that, hey, we're facing the 3rd team in SUNYAC division right now. We've held them to 18 points in this first quarter, or half, I should say. That's a phenomenal achievement, but almost a bit of a pros and cons in that. You held them to only 18, but they had 8 at one point when we had a 22-point lead, and we couldn't put any boards or any more points back up on the board after we had that huge margin. And the fact that they were able to squeeze this into a 4-point differential that late into the quarter almost brings a little bit of nervousness. Keep your composure, make sure you're doing what you're doing because the game plan is working, but don't get lazy towards the end of these quarters. Late minute buckets end up leading to late minute wins, and I think that's something that Thompson's definitely going to push onto these ladies.
Yeah, I think for Matt Pinkerton on the other side, I think for him, he needs to tell his players to really just get their act together. Oswego is not playing to the capability that they have been able to all season. They have had such a good run this year. They have played so many close games and won so many close games just through grit and hard work. And just for them to throw it all away here, I cannot imagine he's just going to let them do that and roll over. So I think for Pinkerton, he's going to go into that locker room. He's going to let them know what they need to hear. And I think what they need to hear is take better shots and be more efficient because they are not being efficient right now. Only 7 for 28 from the field. That is a very, very big problem for the Lakers so far, just 25% shooting. And I think for them, you really, really need to pick that up in this second half, especially when you are down so much.
Yeah, a lot of things to watch out for the second half, but that will do it for our halftime report. We will send it back to the Max Zeal Gymnasium, and we'll be back after the game for our thoughts.
We welcome you back to second half action. It's Oswego. It's Oneonta. We're 22-18 as of now. Oneonta leading by 4. Going to be a great second half, Parker. Are you excited?
I'm super excited. I went down there and got a little yellow pom-pom that all the everyone else in the crowd has for the Lakers. So I'm excited. I'm ready for second half action here in the Zeal.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. And first half, Oswego started off very, very, very cold and then turned it up and made it a game. Mason DiOrio, 8 straight points. What did you see in that first half?
Yeah, it was a defensive game. Oneonta was hounding Oswego, and Oneonta offensively wasn't getting a lot to go, but then the Lakers found something in those final 5 minutes of the second quarter, and hopefully they can capitalize on that and try to take the lead here. Or will Oneonta stay in front? We'll see here in the Max Zeal.
Well, we are underway. Oneonta will start with the ball. It'll be Zuntag over to Young. And inside, Zuntag into her left hand will rattle home. Quick, good offense by Oneonta there. Hefs will push the floor. First half superstar Mason DiOrio. Iglesias need to get her going in the second half. And there it is. The right hand by Iglesias, just as I say it.
And he spoke it into existence, Luke.
Be Young at the top of the key over to Desiree. Got it closely by Iglesias. She'll look to her right hand and pull it back over to Nadia Brown. She has space. She can shoot it. Desiree off the dribble handoff will go up to Zuntag, and she'll hit the mid-range. Zuntag played a good game. 26-20. Iglesias looking to get her going. White Principio will get the offensive board. Elena Johnson a deep 2. DiOrio will pick up Desiree full court. Brown will be wide open. She'll take a deep 2, and hers won't go as well. Rebound by Zuntag. Desiree. Good defense here by Oswego to start. Zuntag a deep 2. Another offensive rebound by Oneonta. Young. There'll be a foul on Sydney Hefs.
Yeah, Oneonta is just out hustling them here in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter, getting 2 offensive rebounds that possession, and now they get a third chance here to score.
Desiree Brown's wide open. She wants to take it to drive on Diorio, and a good defensive play by Diorio. She rejects Nadia Brown. Hefts. Miss everything, and the Elena Johnson will fight for it. They go off Carly Young. Oswego will maintain down 6 here in the third.
And that's something we're accustomed to seeing from Sydney Hefts. She's averaging 14.3 points per game in her last 4 games. She only has 2 tonight.
Diorio. Don't get it going. Shai Iglesias almost picks it. Diorio almost there. Ultimately, he'll go Oneonta's way.
Has a good shot from Diorio in the corner. Just couldn't get it to fall. She's the leading scorer, so if you want to get back in this game, you're just going to have to keep giving it to her. She'll get it to fall eventually.
Young. The skip pass to Brown. She'll go inside to Zuntag. 6'1" senior will shake, will bake, and it won't go. Elena Johnson, scary pass there, almost stole by Schwarzbeck. Iglesias down the baseline, the right hand. Iglesias cashes in. It's a 4-point game. Oswego creeping up on the Red Dragons. Schwarzbeck. Tag dishes up to Desiree. Desiree will drive, will bump. Nowhere to go. Iglesias, good defense. Brown in the corner to Schwarzbeck. You bet! Emma Schwarzbeck.
Really good ball move from the Red Dragons. They're swinging around, finding the open three-pointer in the corner for Schwarzbeck.
Iglesias almost loses it. It'll be tied up by Principio and Zuntag. Go down to the baseline for Oswego. Checking into the game for Oneonta will be Sophia Waken, the senior.
The defense of Oneonta is still causing problems for the Lakers. Let's see what they're going to do to fix that.
Iglesias will fake the handoff, but a long pass to Hefts. White Principio, the offensive rebound, will be on the floor.
Another offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound from Principio. She's already up to 11 rebounds in this game, Luke.
Wow. She's the double-double machine. That's my nickname for her. Long pass to Elena Johnson. And she gets a real rebound, goes up left hand, and finishes. Elena Johnson follows her shot. The first rule in basketball, follow your shot. Elena Johnson does just that. Foul on the floor. Subs ready to check in for Oneonta. It will be Torres, and it will be like Vila Bato.
Yeah, that's what Elena Johnson does best. She's grabbing 4.2 rebounds a game, and she gives a lot of hustle and energy on offensive rebounds.
Oneonta. It'll be Torres. That'll be Waken right before. Torres, the pull-up won't go. The shot clock will expire. Had to throw something up there. Not a bad look. 29-24, Oneonta's lead. Hefts deny the screen, and they'll go backdoor to Diorio. Good look. Diorio can't connect. Torres, the fake, the drive, and one. Torres and one. She'll fake, she'll drive, up through contact and gets it to go. lets Sydney have 4th personal foul. That is not what you want to see if you're Oswego. 5 minutes into the third. One of your best offensive players is at 4.
Yeah, Hess has been really good for the Lakers this season. Seeing her go out this early, there's still a lot of game left for Luke, and she's not going to be in for a while.
We got lane violation on Oswego, and Torres will get another chance. That one won't go either. What do they say? Ball don't lie?
That's what they say, yeah.
Vandenblatt. Let's skip it to Iglesias. She'll drive. She's opening through contact. It'll be a foul on Sophia Waken. Iglesias will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And that's what Iglesias does best, is getting to the rim and using her strength to draw a foul. It's like we've mentioned a couple of times, she's leading SUNYAC scorer with 14.5 points a game. She's had 20 points 5 times this season. She's at 6 right now, so we need a big second half from her if you want to see the Lakers come back. They're down by 7 here.
Be a timeout on the floor. Oswego down by 7. Definitely not how you wanted to come back out if you're Oswego. You had a lot of energy, a lot of momentum after that second half, or late in the second quarter, my apologies. But wasn't really able to translate it into this third quarter so far. Offense has been better, but it's been Oneonta's offense that's really been able to pull away. Zuntag leads the way with 10. Diordio for Oswego has 8. We have a timeout. We will go to Madeline Cummings. Madeline, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Luke and Parker. The Oswego-Oneonta game isn't the only important SUNYAC matchup going on right now. Over at the Roos House at SUNY Canton, the women's basketball teams from Canton and Plattsburgh are going head-to-head. Right now they are at the top of the third, with the Canton Kangaroos in the lead, 36-27. The winner of that game will go on to play SUNY Cortland this Saturday. The court is heating up again. Let's send it back to the boys on the call.
Thank you, Madeline. Iglesias will be at the line for 2 free throws. Iglesias. It won't go. Rolls around the rim. Remains a 7-point lead for the Red Dragons.
70% free throw shooter Iglesias is from the line.
Oh, rattle on there. Little toilet bowl finish for Iglesias. 6-point lead. Oswego needs to get something going. Giovanna and her mid-range will splash in. Iglesias from way downtown. Nadia Brown will control this rebound and go up the floor. It won't go to Diordio. Good defense. Tannenblatt. Left-handed, she'll fall, she'll stumble. Good defense there. Nye Torres plays good defense. She shuffles her feet. Tannenblatt hits the deck. Will go in the way of the Red Dragons.
Yeah, defense to the story of this game. Oswego is now 0 of 10 from 3-point range.
Haven't hit one. Brown. She'll get her own rebound. She'll hit the deck. Whoever Principio will pick it up from her. Shania Iglesias push the other way. The dribble penetration to go out to Diordio. She will maintain it. Elena Johnson, the deep 2. And she sticks it. Elena Johnson. Good shot there by the senior. She averages 4.6 points per game. That's her 4th point of the game. Labadia. The senior Zuntag. You bet! Zuntag's been good all night. 13th point of the game. dagger in Oswego's heart. Wouldn't expect anyone else to come up in a big game like this. Diordio, too strong. Iglesias behind the back. She'll shake. It'll be a foul on Oneonta. It'll be on the floor. The shot won't count. Checking into the game for Oneonta will be Desiree. Megan Desiree, this 5'7" sophomore. Diordio over the top to Tannenblatt. Iglesias thought it was going to her, almost runs into Tannenblatt. Inside, good defense there. Torres will push the floor. Diordio tries to get the steal, won't get it. Schwarzbeck. Right, Principio. Picks up yet another rebound. Diordio off the handoff will go right. Go back around, Elena Johnson. That's easy. Good offense there by Oswego. Schwarzbeck. Oh, what a pass by Zunzak. She'll go up. Denied. Torres will go up with the right hand.
A good pass from Zuntek. She saw the cutting Torres, and she gets fouled on the way up, and she's going to go line for two to try to increase this lead as third quarter is winding down.
One will go on Julie Tannenblatt, her second of the game. Carly Young will check into the game. Torres' first one.
Torres, a 67% free throw shooter from the line this season.
Torres will go 1 for 2 from the line. Oswego needing a push here going into the fourth quarter. Tannenblatt will go inside to White Principio. The foul on Zuntag. And one would have been nice there. The biggest momentum shifter in the game, but she'll go to the line for 2. Back into the game for Oneonta will be Sophia Lakin.
Yeah, that's what you want to do, Lakers. Find Principio down low. That time, she wasn't double-teamed, so they could get to her easily, and she got fouled going the way up.
White Principio catches it on the first one. Coach Daphne Thompson passes Zuntag as she goes to the bench. Calming her senior down. Here's Schwarzbeck, and she'll go all the way around town, high off the glass, so be out of bounds. Good defense there by Giovanna White Principio.
Yeah, I think Schwarzbeck was a little confused. She thought it didn't hit the top of the backboard there, but it's going to go to the Lakers.
Molly James will check into the game for the Lakers. Good defense there by Schwarzbeck. I believe we'll get a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, Diordio almost lost it there. And Pinkerton quickly panicked and called a timeout. So they're going to try to talk it over. Maybe try to go 1 for 2-ish with about 1:22 left in the third quarter of action. They're down by 6. It's really a low-scoring game, Luke. I mean,
yeah.
The Red Dragons aren't shooting great. They're only shooting 32% from the field. So the Lakers can definitely come back. They're going to have a good fourth quarter if they want to, though.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. I mean, Oswego, maybe a couple buckets here to get momentum, start change to green and yellow, but they haven't made a three-pointer, and you don't make a three-pointer. I mean, you almost can't expect to win. It's definitely a big part of basketball today. It's not like Oswego.
And like I mentioned in the pregame, keys to the game, Oswego has 0 bench points, but Oneonta only has 3, so it's really the starters that are contributing for both teams. And it's going to be the starters that are going to win the game for both teams. So we'll see what happens down the stretch.
Oneonta came into this game, 6 seed, just definitely not their game to lose. Wanted to come into this to Oswego and shock the world. SUNYAC playoffs, anything can happen. They've played well. Lots of basketball left, but maybe a close game you could expect for this one. But for Oneonta to be leading by 6, I mean, they've played so well. Defensively, offensively, they've done enough. Oswego will draw something up and get it in to Shania Iglesias. The ATO from Sean Pinkerton hoping to work here. Iglesias will drive on Torres. That's too easy. Shania Iglesias, she's not going to miss that. Gets Torres to look silly and has wide open 10-footer. Torres. Had Molly James up the court. Diodio missed her. Diodio on Schwarzbeck. She'll go out to Molly James. James. Johnson will drive, and the teardrop won't go. She'll fight for the rebound. White Principio will control it. She'll work in the post, and she'll go up, and it won't go. White Principio struggling this game, and it continues.
Lakers get another chance to the score to end the quarter out. Only 20 seconds on the shot clock, though. 26 seconds left in the game clock.
Diordio inside the left hand will drop for Diordio. She goes one way, goes the other. The scoop finish. Exactly what Oswego needed. 2-point game. They're ending quarters well. Got to play good defense here. It won't go. The rebound will go. And Oswego, once again, they close out the quarter well. Just like they did in the second. 37-35. It is do or die, win or go home. We're in the fourth quarter. What do both teams need to do to win this one?
Well, Oneonta's going to keep playing the defense that they have been. And then for Oswego, I mean, that's exactly what you want in the quarter, is getting 2 buckets to cut the lead to a 1-score game. And, I mean, both teams, this could be their last game. The seniors on this team, they don't want to go out. They want to keep playing. They want to keep their season to keep going. And it's just whoever wants it more. Does Oswego want it more? Does Oneonta want it more? It's just going to come down to who wants it more, Luke, in these type of games.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a grit and grind type of fourth quarter. Who's going to come out with more energy? Molly James is going to stay in the game for Oswego. It's going to be White Principio. It's going to be Shania Iglesias, Macy Diordio, Elena Johnson, and then Molly James. 2-point game. The fans are getting the waves going. Everyone's excited. This is where legends are made. Your best game, your best quarter of the season needs to happen right now. Got to leave everything on the floor.
Yeah, the crowd's excited. I see the Oswego men's Lakers team is here cheering on the women's team. Fourth quarter, here we go, Luke.
Desiree inside, Zuntag, and it'll be a 2 strong for Zuntag. Shania Iglesias will control. To get a stop in a bucket would be huge. Iglesias. Go out to Johnson. James hands it off to Diordio, the leading scorer of the day. James. Too strong. She'll fight for the rebound. It'll go in the Red Jackets' way. Fouled her shot. Just wasn't able to control it.
Yeah, three-pointer still not working for the Lakers. So now 0 of 11 have not made a three-pointer yet this far, as we've talked about several times.
Defensive chance continue to go. Brown will go across and he'll go to Young inside, and that'll be Schwarzbeck. It won't go. Shania Iglesias will have the ball for Oswego. Iglesias too strong. Fight for the rebound will go, and Nadia Brown. The teardrop. She'll get her own rebound. Molly James plays good defense. Will stay on the Red Dragon side of the floor.
Really good transition defense by the Lakers, not letting them get an easy bucket.
Ordiata will inbound the ball. Go up top to Nadia Brown. Schwarzbeck to Young. Young with Elena Johnson and White Principio picture pocket. It'll be a foul on the floor. Parker, what just happened?
I think they called a jump ball as both Oswego, as Principio and one of the Oneonta defenders had their hands on the ball, but it's going to go in the favor of the Lakers, so.
Wow. Yeah, it'll be a jump ball. I see the possession arrow switched. Looked clean steal. Ref didn't think so. Iglesias. The teardrop. The foul. Won't be able to hit it. But Iglesias go to the line. 2 free throws to possibly tie up the game here. Oswego has battled back. Have a good end of the third quarter, and they've had a good start to the fourth. Iglesias. The first one. Too short.
If Iglesias made that layup, this place was ready to erupt. Like,
yeah.
They are ready for something.
And one there would have been definitely crazy. Iglesias is second. Too strong. Iglesias goes 0 for 2 from the line. Not the time to go 0 for 2, I must say. And then picks up a foul.
That's a frustration foul when Iglesias she misses 2 free throws, and she frustratingly makes a foul there.
It takes a lot to not be a little aggressive on defense after you go 0 for 2 on the line.
And up to that point, the Lakers were 7 of 8 at the line, so now they're 7 of 10. So they were almost perfect. So, and like you said, look, you don't want to miss free throws at this point in the game.
Schwarzbeck. Yes, sir, Schwarzbeck. Quiets the crowd. Giordio. Iglesias, that's a hard screen there. Giordio inside. It'll be deflected by Zuntag. And James will pick up a foul.
Yeah, I don't know if you call that one this close or this late in the game. I mean, Molly James barely touched the Oneonta defender, and the ref just quickly called that one. But yeah, they have a better view. They have a better view than we do. So.
Right. It is definitely the time to let some chippy play out. I mean, fourth quarter. Zuntag looked at she had it. She hits Iglesias. That's Schwarzbeck. What a shot from Schwarzbeck. Iglesias got hit by Zuntag on the dive. Schwarzbeck with the dagger. The trainer will come out for Iglesias.
Yeah, that's not something you want to see. Shania Iglesias, the leading scorer for this team. Hopefully she can come back in this game as Hefs re-enters for the Lakers.
Hefs with 4 personal fouls. She didn't play most of the third, hasn't played the beginning of the fourth. We don't want her to foul out, but at this point it's play until you do. Play your heart out. If you foul out, then we got the bench for it. Giordio. Lena Johnson, that long 2 has been her shot all night. James inside will go up and an awkward finish and it'll go out of bounds. 42-35 after Emma Schwarzbeck with 5 straight points. It's a pretty pull-up on the elbow and then hits bonus distance 3. Brown to Desiree, guarded closely by James. Skips it to Young, and Young goes to Schwarzbeck, and Molly James will pick up the foul there. That's why the scoop finish works so well. It's hard not to get your arm in the way. Iglesias will check back in for James.
I mean, that's good to see that Iglesias is back in. They're going to have to go to her or Macy DiOrio at the end of down the stretch here with 7 minutes to go.
Schwarzbeck cashes in on the first one. Emma Schwarzbeck. 7 straight points for Emma Schwarzbeck. She's taking the life out of this Oswego crowd. 44-35. Oswego needs to make a push here. Hefts. DiOrio with the left hand. The foul will go on Emma Schwarzbeck. DiOrio will go to the line. While DiOrio's at the line, we'll go down to Madeline Cummings. Madeline. We apologize for technical difficulties. We will stay here. DiOrio. Her first will rattle home. Oswego within 8. Lots of basketball left to be played. The second one for DiOrio is good. Zuntag to Desiree. We'll get the screen from Young. Young, the 15-footer, will be too long. Rebound goes to Hefts. They'll push the floor. Oswego needing a bucket here. Hefts on Torres. DiOrio will spin, will go inside. That's Johnson. Be too long, and Hefts will fight for it. She's been on the bench for a while. DiOrio, you bet! Macy DiOrio, 4-point game. This Oswego crowd is back to life. Zuntag. Right back at you. The senior in the biggest game. Steps out of bounds. Macy DiOrio does. Seems like right when Oswego gets something going, Red Dragons take the life. Well, now we'll go to Madeline Cummings. Madeline, what do you got?
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at Cortland senior number 2, Amanda Zuntag. Right now, Zuntag is leading her team in points at 13 and is 6-13 with field goals and 1-1 for 3-pointers. She's her team's top scorer for the season and has played an amazing season so far. Now, Parker, Luke, back to you.
Schwarzbeck will be off the front iron. White Principio will retain Sydney Hefts. A 15-footer, too short. Foul will go on Oswego.
Yeah, something to point out, Luke. Zuntag went down with an injury on the last play, and she was hobbling, so I don't know if we'll see her back with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
It's big for Oneonta. That's her best player. She has 16 on the night. The game's leading scorer. Schwarzbeck has 14 as well. Two-headed monster for us, for Oneonta. Torres in the corner will shake and bake and float. Young almost traveled. Schwarzbeck will be too long. What do they say, Parker? Ball don't lie.
Yeah.
Seemed like a travel there.
Yeah, it looked like she traveled, but she ended up missing that one, so it's going to go to the Lakers, and they're going to need something. That was a big 3 from DiOrio, and then Zuntag said right back at you, like you said, and it's a 7-point game. Like, that's the shot you wanted from Oswego. It's the first 3-pointer of the game in the fourth quarter. And then Sontag just
takes the life out of her.
Yeah, takes the life. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's what they've done all night. They just responded. They responded to any Oswego run. They just came right back. Diordio, the Oswego's leading scorer with 15. She's played very good. White Principio has been shut down all night, which you can kind of expect. I mean, Sontag is a phenomenal player, and when you come into this kind of game, you knew that one of them was going to get the better of the other. And Sontag has definitely done that tonight. I mean, White Principio, 1 of 9. Does have 4 free throws. She has 6 on the night. She does average 12.3. Rebounding wise, she has 17 boards. White Principio, that's unreal.
Like I kind of talked about before the game off air, is Principio struggles against people that are the same size as her. If we see it, Sontag actually come back into the game. When someone's the same size as Principio, she seems to struggle offensively, but she still grabs all those boards like you're just talking about. 17 rebounds in this game for White Principio.
She averages 11. Oswego needing a bucket here, down 7. Right when they get momentum, it just seems to be taken out of them. Need to get the crowd back in there. Diordio cashes in. Macy Diordio. Big shot there. We're 4-point game. Oswego, Oneonta, 4 minutes left, 4-point game. It'll go.
Wow, I thought
off
that
of
was
Oswego,
off.
the ref says.
I thought that was off Oneonta, but it's going to stay with them.
18 seconds on the shot clock. Schwarzbeck. Torres on the top of the key, guarded by Iglesias, and she'll lose it. Diordio up the floor. Iglesias through contact, go up. The foul, and 1. What a shot from the player that's done it all season long.
I mean, Luke, that's what you want right there for the Lakers. Fast break, Shania Iglesias using her strength. She goes inside, gets the layup to count, and the foul. She's going to go to the line to make this a 1-point game potentially.
What a shot from Iglesias. She'll get the free throw to go. It's a 1-point game in the SUNYAC playoffs, first round action. Oneonta has come into Oswego, played a good game, but Oswego has stayed with them. And another steal, Macy Diordio up the floor. Hefts. Everyone, heart is beating, nails are being bitten. Hefts along the baseline, inside. Almost stole by Desiree. He'll go right back to Hefts. 13 on the shot clock. Diordio gets the screen from Iglesias. Inside, White Principio, and it'll be too long. That was the shot that you wanted. Almost took the lead. Nadia Brown. Young skips it to Desiree. She has a lane. Iglesias guarding closely. He'd be up and in for Megan Desiree. They go up by 3. Timeout. Daphne Thompson will call. Wow.
I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this game, Luke. 3 minutes of action. I mean, for Oneonta, good layup from Desiree. But then on the other end, Diordio does everything right. She finds the feed inside to White Principio, and she just doesn't get it to fall. I mean, that's the kind of game it's been for Principio. I believe she's 1 of 10 now from the field.
Yeah, 1 of 7.
She only has 6 points. And that's the shot you want. Just can't get it to fall.
3-point game. You can feel the tension in the building. This is SUNYAC playoffs for you. Iglesias with the clutch and 1. We had Diordio with the 3. Desiree on the other side gets the layup to go to put Oneonta up 3. 3:17 remaining. Oneonta will start in the full court press.
Gotta give it to Diordio here. She's been good in the clutch.
Hefts. White Principio for three. Off the back iron. Needed that one. Nadia Brown will bring it up. Over to Young. She'll skip it to Desiree. She's open again. Looks like a travel. White Principio will play good defense. Macy Diordio will bring it up. 2:39 left to play. Had Johnson open. We have a foul on the floor.
There's still lots of time here for the Lakers to come back. It's still a one-possession game.
Diordio to Iglesias. Will shoot. Bang! Nicey Diordio! Crowd on their feet. We're tied here in the Maxiel Gymnasium. Oneonta, Schwarzbeck won't go. Rebound will go to White Principio. They'll be here 19th of the game. Timeout on the floor. Timeout Oswego. Smart play from Sean Pinkerton. Macy Diordio. Holy.
What a shot. I mean, Macy Diordio, last year in the first round, she had 30 points. She had 8 3-pointers, and she has 3 in the fourth quarter. She's coming alive. She's so good in the clutch. You want her to have the ball as the game goes down. I mean, we got 2 minutes left. It's a tie game. Oswego's got to draw something up here, but if I'm Sean Pinkerton, I'm giving it to Diordio no matter what. She has been the hot hand the entire game. 21 points for her.
Definitely drawing up an ATO for Macy Diordio here. I mean, she's been hot all game. Now she's the game's leading scorer, 21 for Macy Diordio in the biggest game of the season. Iglesias, tie game. We are in for a good one. These last 2 minutes are must-watch TV. White Principio goes over the top, trying to get into Diordio. Fans for Oneonta don't like it.
It's a risky pass. It's a risky pass from Principio, but he got bailed out.
Hefs. Up and over and gets it to go. Sydney Hefs with a big shot. Hasn't played much because of the foul trouble, but takes the lead for Oswego. They are up to 1:30. Timeout. Daphne Thompson and the Red Dragons. SUNY Oswego. The fans are here. They're loving it. What a game we have on our hands.
It's a big shot from Hefs. She's been quiet all game, like you said. She's been in foul trouble. Only 4 points before that shot. I mean, that was a tough shot over the defender, fading away, and she gets it to go. And if you're Oneonta, you either want to give it to Schwarzbeck or Zontag. Both the top 2 scorers, Zontag with 16, Schwarzbeck with 14. You got to give it to one of those two if you want to tie this game up.
Yeah, well, as we have a good game here, we have another good one in Canton, New York. SUNY Canton only leading the Plattsburgh Cardinals by 3. That will be a good finish, too. They'll probably finish after us, so definitely check that out after this one. The Emma Schwarzbeck working on Hefs. She'll run into White Principio. And White Principio will get the steal. It'll be a loose ball, and the fight for it. Jump ball possession arrow goes in the way of the Red Dragons. White Principio played good defense, but wasn't able to control it. Yeah, it goes down as another rebound. That's White Principio's 20th rebound of the game.
I was just about to mention that. 20 rebounds for Principio. I don't know if there's a record book somewhere, but that has to be up there with the most rebounds in a SUNYAC game.
Oneonta will inbound the ball. 1:21 left here to go. Down by 2. Nadia Brown. Diordio guarding closely. Zontag need her to get going, and it'll be a blocking foul. I believe it's shooting. She will go to the line for 2 of the biggest free throws of the season. The senior used to moments like these. This place will get loud. Zuntag. Misses the first one.
Zuntag, 65% free throw shooter on the season.
You can't hear yourself think. Zuntag will miss the second. Offensive board will go to Oneonta. The crowd will silence quickly. It'll be Young in the corner. Her three rattles off the mark. Be a foul on Oneonta.
And again, Oswego's getting bailed out. The worst case scenario is offensive rebound off the free throw, but they got a break. Young misses the far corner three-pointer, and Iglesias corrals it. She gets fouled, going to the line for big free throws for the Lakers to maybe make it a two-possession game.
Iglesias. Gonna rattle home. Shania Iglesias, big free throw there. And the story of this fourth, Oswego shot terrible from three. They come into this fourth quarter 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Iglesias gets the second one. Two-possession game. Oswego's found their way back in this one. What a performance by them. Nadia Brown inside. It'll be Zuntag outside. It'll be a deep two from Desiree, and it'll be off the mark, and Elena Johnson will control it. It'll be a foul on Oneonta. Great defense by Oswego.
And they're going back to the line to shoot more free throws. And Iglesias is telling this crowd to get rowdy. It's loud in here.
Loving the energy. Oswego has found their way back in this one. It's been a shaky game. Johnson. It's Pierre. Lena Johnson, her second free throw to make it a 6-point game. Will be good. It'll be 2 for 2 from the line for Elena Johnson. The Lakers, fans standing up. What a fourth quarter by Sean Pinkerton's squad.
And this is what you needed from the Lakers going into this fourth quarter. They've outscored Oneonta 20-12 in the fourth quarter. They struggled in the first, only scoring 6. But when things matter the most, who wants it more? The Lakers have come out in this fourth quarter, outscoring them by 8 points. 55-49 is the score.
Like I said, Oswego, 0 for 11 going into the fourth quarter, and they've shot 3 for 4 from three-point land. It's been impressive. Macy Ordio, 11 in this fourth quarter. She has been excellent. Schwarzbeck been good as well. But it's you don't even think the beginning of this fourth quarter. I mean, the crowd was sitting down. We're down 7. Oswego, and the way they battled back. I mean, unreal.
There's a lot of resilience from this team, and free throw shooting has been big for them. They're 4 of 17 from the line, 82% as a team. And if you want to win close games, it's going to come down to free throw shooting. Oneonta, 5 of 12 from the free throw line, 41%. If they make 5 of those free throws, it's a tie game.
Yeah. Happens a lot. Free throws are a bigger part of the game than most people think. Oswego, a stop would probably do it. Brown, the right hand on the baseline, tries to throw it over to the corner. She gets it there to Schwarzbeck, and it'll be a steal by Oswego. Been the story of the fourth quarter. Great defense by Oswego. They do it once here again. 33 seconds, and we'll get a foul on Oneonta's Zuntag. Iglesias on the free throw line. She is 14 on the game. She struggled in the first half. Struggled. We were talking about it. Had a rough first half, but she's came back. I can't say put this team on her back because Diordio has had an amazing game. But Iglesias had big shots, the and one. She's 15. This is her 16th if she hits it. She doesn't. Commentator's curse there. 30 seconds left on the clock. Oneonta needing something quick here. It'll be Carly Young. Long three won't go. Rebound will go to Desiree. Shorsbeck off the iron. Another offensive rebound, and Nadia Brown will get it to rattle home, and it'll be a timeout for Oneonta. 18.5 seconds left on the clock.
It's not over until the clock hits 0. Oswego has been really good from free throw shooting because Oneonta is going to have to foul coming out of this timeout. So you're just have to pray that they do miss some free throws, and then you got to get a quick bucket on the other end if you want any chance of winning this game.
Well, I think first for Oneonta, you are looking for that steal, and if they do get it in, then you're fouling it away. But if you're Coach Daphne Thompson, then you're all out. You're face guarding people. You don't want to let them get it in. Maybe a 5-second call. Oswego does have a timeout left, so whoever's inbounding the ball needs to know that you kind of have a little count with 5 seconds in your head. All right, 1, all right, 2, all right, 3, all right, 4. And if you don't have anyone there, you're calling the timeout quickly, because a turnover here is the last thing you want. You get the ball in, and Oneonta is forced to foul. Oneonta will probably not even guard the inbounder, just going to go all out on the floor and try to get a steal here.
Yeah, and the Stars have just really showed out for both teams. Like we said, Diorio has had a really good game. She's come alive here in the fourth quarter, the second half. So has Iglesias. And so has the Red Dragons. I mean, they slowed down here in the fourth quarter, but Zuntag and Schwarzbeck have had really great games all around. And if Oneonta loses here, at least they went out fighting, and they gave it everything they had. But it's still not over. They can still come back with 18 seconds left.
I think what really shows it is, I mean, Oneonta is shooting the 3-ball better, but they weren't doing it at the right time. They haven't shot the 3-point ball well in the second half, and Oswego has done just that. So the box score, Oswego looking like the worst shooting performance, but they've done it at the right time. Oswego will get it into hefts pretty easily. No foul right away. There comes the foul. It'll be hefts at the line. Then a Batson will come in for Oneonta.
Yeah, she's a senior. Might be her last minutes ever in a Red Dragons uniform, so getting her in the game
makes sense. Hefts will rattle out. 5-point game here, 14.6 seconds left. Sydney Hefts will go 1 for 2 from the line. It'll be Wobadia will come back in as well. Giannis 3 will go off the glass, and that'll be Elena Batson. She'll come into the game and get a quick 3. It's a 3-point game. You unload the bench, but when they come in and hit a big 3, it's a 3-point game. Shania Iglesias must hit one of these.
This game is not over. I mean, the senior Alana Batson comes in and hits a wild 3. She banked it off. It was from deep. Maybe trying to go out with her last points ever, and she ends up making it. Yeah. And this game is not over. It's 3 points.
That's a deep 3. It's from another zip code. Sophia Waken will come in. Iglesias. There we go. Iglesias, a big free throw there. Iglesias. 7.3 seconds left. And she'll go 2 for 2 from the line. Big shots from Iglesias, and it'll be Desiree will push the floor. It'll be Batson again. It'll be off the right iron. The Oswego State Lakers in a big comeback fashion win. They are not done yet. This run will continue.
That was the craziest comeback I've ever seen. That was insane.
Your final score, 59-54. Macy Diorio, the story of the game, she had 21. What a performance by these Lakers. Parker, what a game.
It was an insane game to watch, a great game to watch here in the Max Seal Gymnasium. The Lakers, like you said, came back from being down by as much as 11, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And it was just a really good overall win. They came alive in the fourth quarter, and they really showed their resilience and why they can really go all the way and win the SUNYAC tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team to look out for, the resilience of this squad. I mean, Oneonta up by 14 at one point, and Oswego just took that lead right back. And, man, Diorio played a great game. Iglesias had some clutch finishes. Oswego will move on in the SUNYAC playoffs. As I'm looking at it right now, Kenton up by 1 against the Plattsburgh Cardinals. 4 seconds remaining in that game. That game will go down to the wire, but Oswego will most likely travel to Cortland. Tough matchup for them. Well, that's all for us. Luke Belanger, Parker's Voris. I apologize, we are not done yet. They will travel to Cortland. Cortland, a tough team. I mean, they have played well all season. This Canton and Plattsburgh game got me interested. 1 point game. They will go and probably play New Paltz.
Yeah, I watched Cortland play Oswego. In the Zeal, and Oswego came out. They were up 26 in the first quarter, and then Cortland just never looked back.
Yeah.
They're a really good three-point shooting team. They play really good defense. They're first in the SUNYAC in defense, only allowing 50.2 points a game. So, and they haven't lost at home this season.
Yeah.
So if the Lakers go to Cortland and they play Cortland, it's going to be really tough for them to come out with a win.
Very, very big matchup.
I'm Madeline. It's nice to meet you.
It's going to be an interesting SUNYAC. Oswego, I'm not 100% sure they'll play Cortland just because of seeding wise.
Yeah.
Believe it'll be actually New Paltz.
Yeah, New Paltz.
Which either or, I mean, it's two great squads, and I think it's almost better for Oswego. I mean, I don't know if you want to go to Cortland. I feel like that's just not a good time to play. Again, they're undefeated at home.
Yeah.
Oswego does play pretty well away, but
yeah, they're 8-3.
Yeah, 8-3 away. I mean, they've done well on the road, but 8-3 on the road does not beat Cortland's perfect home record. Oswego hasn't won a SUNYAC championship since 2007. Looking to make their first run in a very, very long time.
And they've played New Paltz twice. They lost here in the Max Deal, and they beat New Paltz in New Paltz. But we're going to send it down to Madeline on the sideline. Madeline?
Thanks, guys. I am here with Macy Diorio, number 5. She was one of the MVPs of the game. You scored 21 points. You really helped with this insane Laker comeback. How does it feel?
Great. Honestly, it's just surviving in advance, so any win that we can get, we're going to go with it. So.
Perfect. And we had a ton of people in the crowd today. They all had these pom-poms. Everyone came out to support. How does it feel to have so much support here at home?
Honestly, it's great. I mean, I don't think we've had a home game in 15 years or something crazy like that. So, I mean, it was good. It was nice to see everyone show out, and we're able to get a win for them. So.
Perfect. And after this, you will be going out to the SUNYAC playoffs. Well, another round of the SUNYAC playoffs. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels great. We're going to be facing New Paltz again. We had them last year. Hopefully this time we can get a win this time and advance to the finals. So,
do you have any strategies going forward?
Defense. Defense wins championships. So defense, and if we come out with great energy, I think we'll be good.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Macy. Great game. And now we're going to send it back to the boys in the box. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madeline. Oswego will play New Paltz the Canton and Plattsburgh game just wrapped up. Canton did win by 3, so they will go to Cortland. So that's the matchups. It will be Oswego traveling to New Paltz, and then it'll be Canton traveling to Cortland. Well, that is all for us. Oswego with a big comeback win, 59-54. As for Luke Belanger, Parker Voris, thank you for joining me. Madeline Cummings on the sideline. It's been a great time. Oswego prevails, 59-54.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel too. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTLP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTLP.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Al Roker studio. I'm Jason Samsel, joined alongside Lucas McGarry and Matt Johnson. And fellas, what a game! What a second half! A lot to unpack. But I just want to get your first thoughts on the half.
Your first thoughts? Wow. That's the only thought that's in my mind. What a game by the Lakers. Phenomenal comeback. We saw leads of upwards of 22-8 in this matchup. Many thought they were dead in the water. They're able to bring it back at the end of the second, have a struggle in the third, and then the fourth quarter comes and they just bring it all back like they did in the second. They performed phenomenally, top of their game. I'm excited to see what their next matchup has, but what a game.
Yeah, no, Oswego 100% earned this win. They fought and clawed back. They were down pretty much this entire game. I think it was 33 minutes or so, a little bit less, that Oneonta had the lead over Oswego, but they never gave up. They battled back, and Macy Diorio came out of this game looking like a hero. 21 points. She was green from the three in the fourth quarter, going 3 for 3. What an absolutely stunning performance from her, and just completely stunned Oneonta, who did not have an answer for her.
Yeah, you talk about a comeback. The Lakers trailed the Red Dragons 22-8 midway through the second quarter, and they only scored 18 points in the first half. They scored 17 in the third quarter, and a big contributor to that was Macy Diorio. She was just on fire in the third quarter and really in the fourth quarter as well. She stepped up big for Oswego. How crucial was she? Because, again, she had 0 points in that first quarter.
Yeah.
How crucial was she in that second half?
She won this game for the Lakers, hands down, no way around it. 21 points. She was dominant from beyond the arc, something that the Lakers don't get a lot of points from most of the time. But she carried this team on her back late into the fourth. She had 4 assists as well as 2 steals and 3 rebounds. Just a phenomenal job all around. And then you see some of their stars like Principio, who wasn't able to get the ball rolling on the offensive side, so they stay in their lane. They stick to what they do best. She had 20 rebounds in this matchup tonight. I believe that's a season high for her. Just absolutely dominant. Great job by every single one of those Lakers sticking to their role, doing what they needed to do for the team, and it showed in the outcome of the score, the fact that they were able to come back in this one.
Yeah, no, you saw in that first half, like I said, White Principio and Iglesias just 2 for 14 from the field in the first half. That's absolutely terrible. You just cannot have that. However, they all bounced back, and then you had Macy Diorio, who stepped up in the second half, and she decided, I'm going to be the one that makes a difference for this team, and she really, really did a good job of showing why showed why she is considered one of the best players on this team. She is a true force, and she did everything she needed to do to get her Lakers over the Red Dragons.
Yeah, and early on in the third quarter, it was Sydney Huffs getting into foul trouble. She was gone throughout all of the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter as well. But again, White Principio with 20 rebounds was the cast of characters for the Lakers, stepping up big for Oswego today. And well, you know, it was a great game, a great comeback, and a lot of things happened throughout the game. We were watching the game, and we had a lot of great reactions. And apparently, the people in the back have a compilation of me reacting throughout the game.
Let's see all of
take
the
a look at
faces
it.
of Jason
Sure.
Samsel. Fantastic dish there by Macy Diorio. And we got a good rebound. Ah, there's Jason. Oh, Jason Samsel.
That's what I get
biggest
for showing
Oswego
emotion.
State Lakers fan there is. Not even there, and he's getting into it just as much.
Oh, it was a good game. It was a good game.
Bang!
3.
Let's see what Jason thinks about this one.
Green light for Macy Diorio. How did Jason react to the three-pointer? He's locked in. He's locked in. Yeah, there we go.
It's prime time. He's stepping up.
Come on now. Come on now.
He's hitting the mellow three-point celly.
Oh, Hercules
Superman.
too.
Usain Bolt.
Oh, fantastic play by Sydney Hefts. Oh, we got so many of these folks. Don't go anywhere. We have so many beautiful highlights.
That was the steal after they got the lead.
Great steal there. Samsel, I'm sure, is going to be excited for those two plays back to back.
He's the wall. That's what I was saying, I think. He's the wall. White Principio.
Samsel, you're an angry fan. You get really angry. You're passionate. I love it.
It's a good game, though. It's a good comeback. Both
it
sides.
absolutely was.
Oh.
Pure shock, pure disbelief.
Oh my gosh. Too many reactions. This was awesome. That actually killed Jason's score prediction.
This killed my score prediction.
That completely killed his score prediction. He had a 57 to 53.
There's a dagger in my heart.
Not as heartbroken as Coach Thompson, as we can see there, obviously.
Yeah.
My favorite part, I love a little bit of this, Jason.
Come on, you're hitting the
Come on now.
Anthony celebration.
Don't be messing around with the boy.
Don't be messing around with Jason Samsel. But yeah, no. Great game by the Lakers. They did everything they needed to. SUNY Iglesias, she really found herself in the second half. She finished out with 17 points. And we were talking about while we were actually watching the game, Iglesias really didn't start well with those free throws. She only started 2 for 5, really, really rough, but ended up finishing the game 7 for 11, and down the wire at the stretch hit 4 or 5 really, really clutch free throws. That was exactly what they needed to put the Lakers right over the hump of Oneonta.
Yeah, and it all started in that fourth quarter where they were down 2. She actually went to the line and she went 0 for 2. You can see it on her face. She had a bit of emotional foul after that, and then she regathered herself. She went to the line. She didn't miss a free throw for the rest of the game after that. That's just clutch performance right there. It's nothing but barbecue chicken after that when you're able to get to the line and just shoot buckets like that. So great job by SUNY Iglesias right there. She absolutely put the team on her back when it came to the free throws late into the game.
Yeah, Iglesias responding well. Really, Oswego responding well in that second half. But there was another game going on in the SUNYAC today. And fellas, we had another playoff game taking place. Walk me through it. What happened?
Yeah, it was a crazy, crazy couple of games for the SUNYAC conference tonight. SUNY Canton picking up the dub against Plattsburgh. The score is actually 61-58. But yeah, SUNY Canton, 58-61. SUNY Canton did a fantastic job keeping their home court advantage and did a really good job battling Plattsburgh. But Plattsburgh did not make it easy for them. 4 people with over 10 points for SUNY Plattsburgh in that game. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Canton's Natalie Bartle with a 19.10 rebound double-double really, I think, solidified that win for Canton. So Canton's going to travel to Cortland, and Oswego's going to travel to New Paltz. Boys, we got our Final Four for the SUNYAC Conference.
Final Four indeed. It should be an exciting one. Cannot wait to see that take place. And that will do it for the broadcast. I'm Jason Samsel, joined alongside Matt Johnson and Lucas McGarry. We will see you all next time on WTOP 10 Sports.